What is going on, YouTube? We are back with part 6 of this full stack application walkthrough. Now again, this is your first time dropping in. This is an application that I will be adding to my portfolio. It is made using MONGO, Express, React, and Node. Now in this part, we'll be continuing on where we left off, and we'll be basically finishing off the meals component. Now we did the delete HTTP method. Also, we updated the UI once the delete method was completed, and on this part we will be using we will be updating our component with an HTTP method, the put HTTP method. So the only thing we really can update is the service amount, so we'll be changing, for say this is already in the future, so we'll be changing the service amount, and we also will be changing what the UI displays as far as the totals. So alright, so let's go back to the meals card, and now we want to pass on the foods and the set foods function. Sorry about that, just checking my audio. We got to go to meals card here. To do this, I could say we just call it food for now. I mean, I can't think of a better name, but we can pass in an object, and we can put in foods list, as well as what is it called? Set foods list. Okay. All right. So let's hit save. Okay. We're not gonna refresh it just yet. It should be called props.food. So then again, we can pass in here, we'll call it list, and then we can just say props.food, and we'll pass exactly those, and then we'll hit save, and then we'll go back into our details card. Now let's console it. So let's just say console props. We want to see what it looks like. So let's hit save. Let me bring this over. Let's walk through it real quick. Okay, there it is. So now these are our props. So we need the foods, props.list actually. So we'll be using alright, so to do this now, we do have state for the current ID of whatever item has been passed on to the modal, and we are also using it for our delete HTTP method. Now we can also in here do it. So what we'll do is call it const, and let's say updated foods list. We'll simply say it's props dot, let's go into our console, so it's props dot list, and then we are looking for the foods list. Okay, foods list, and we'll use the filter method. So we'll say okay, Oops, sorry, I had that on mute. Anyways, so as I was saying, with the filter method, we'll simply look through it and we'll compare each ID of our current list, right, with our food item ID, which is what we are using to identify what we are going to be deleting. And it's looking in that array, and what it's saying is if it's not included, if it doesn't match, just add it. So then it returns a brand new array without the food item that we're deleting, and we can simply call it here. So we'll say props dot this dot set foods. Hold on. Set foods list. So set foods list, and it is a function, and that function takes in an array, which we'll use the updated array here. Foods list. Okay, let's hit save and let's give it a shot. Let's go ahead and delete, which one should we delete? Just pizza. Alright, see that? Now our UI is updated as well as our database. So now if we went back and reloaded this whole thing, we could come back, reload it. Again, it is already updated. Okay. So now, well, does not look too good. Anyways, we are gonna come up with a function that's going to be taking care of updating our basically the servings. That's all we're really updating, and it's going to return a brand new object with, so if it's 2, then it'll be times 2 of this. So what we'll do, alright, so there is one more thing that we do have to add. Where is it? So here we manually put in the string for the user, and we need the obviously be able to dynamically change this. So we need to go back to meals and also pass in the current user ID. Okay, and we can pass it on, I guess we can just pass it onto here. The foods info, foods list, key, current ID, that's food. So I can just say user ID equals current user ID. Okay. Hit save on that. List props. I can also pass. I miss me. Food props, props not food. Whoops. Let's go back here. Okay. Let's go ahead and console. Oops. Okay, props that user ID. We'll just say, actually, props that food as well as just to know where this is coming from. Let's props.user ID. and we just type in user ID in here. Okay, let's see. Undefined. Whoops. Type off. Undefined, huh? Alright, so let's just give this a shot. Let's delete it. Alright. Bad request. I wonder. Cool. Let's quickly add some more food. Okay. Cereal, let's just cereal. Wheat. I'll just soy, what else? Grains, corn, let's say, what else? Corn, sugar, and let's see, dairy, I don't know, carbs, cup, that's fine with me. Let's change this. All right, so here is the thing. Now we have to also add the update method. So to do that, we'll also basically create the same function almost. We'll say const update food item. Okay. And I believe food, let's see what data. We'll just need the food of the ID, so let's go and just call data and let's say ID. I think it's current, or what is it? ID. And that is the ID for our food item. Oh, we can also grab it from here. Makes more sense. Food item ID. Okay. It's / food, and I believe it's update, or what was it? Update and then ID. Okay, we don't need that. But then response. So we're also going to need to update the UI. So we already have our set food item. No, not set food item, sorry, but our set foods list. So we can basically do the same thing. We'll filter through and then we'll reassign whatever value we have changed. And really the only value that we can actually change here is the amount of servings, so let's work on that. For now, let's just put catch. Let's test it out. And then error. I forgot to pass on the method. And this is a put. If I'm not mistaken, it is a put. Pass in the body, stringify data. Okay, what else? Okay, this is FA edit. Okay, we'll add it here. We'll say update, actually. Update food item. Actually, we need to pass a couple other things. So we need to pass in a new calorie count. So I forgot about these things. And we do that by response. So let's select, so we'll we already have this here, so we'll set that to 1 because it's at least 1 always. What is it again? Servings, current servings. Okay. Option, let's just say value. Whoops, what is going on? And 10. Let's get rid of the console here. Const. Okay. So here we need to say pass in the event, so we'll say e at prevent default. And then we'll say constant e dot target value. So we'll say set current, I think it's set serving number. Serving. Well, let's see. We're going to need to update these things to whatever number that is, so times let me see. Calories, carbs, so we'll need to so we'll say calories, carbs, and protein servings as well. For updating that, we need to update food item, get ingredients, change food servings. Oh, okay, so no, it's fine. Protein serving and protein servings. Okay, cool. Okay, carbs. $250 as of now. Let's see if you change them. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna. That's right. You can't reassign it. What? Okay. It just keeps outputting 500. That is. And then we'll say servings here. Servings number. There we go. So let's do this. Actually, we'll need to say and we'll say fat for this. Updated protein, so updated. Updated calories. Updated calories, updated protein. Let's see, and then now we can. Alright, let's see now. Whoops, our carbs is not iterable. What? Updated carbs. What did I do now? Carbs, updated carbs. That's why useState. State, okay. I still want to change in the carbs. That's updated carbs. Okay. Okay, let's go back into update food item. We're gonna have to pass in our, it set us calories, we'll say calories, and then updated, updated. Okay, and then just have it in order. Carbs, protein, updated carbs, protein, fat, and then servings. Serving or servings? Servings. Let's update cereal. Food item updated. So then when we come back, it should say 500 calories, I think. Let's see. Wait a minute. What does it say 250 here? It's not updating actually. Whoops. Bringing it back up. Let's go into let's get all our food. Oh wow. that's right. Well, we need a list of foods, so set that to 2. Update. Still not updating. Alright. Okay, so I kind of had a few issues here where I was not... So we were updating the servings amount, and we were trying to update the carbs, calories, all that, but we didn't really need to. All we needed to do is just update the servings amount, and then we could just use the current servings to multiply the calories, and we would obviously get the correct number, as well as once we have the updated servings, our meals card should also have the fat times the servings, and also that should update the whole thing. So we could change this back to 1 serving. So update it, boom, and let's reload it, and now it's changed back to 1 serving. So now what we want to do is get back here, and we want to be able to update the UI. So we where's the update food item? Okay, so update food item, and what we did with the last one was just filter through, and we did not return the one that we wanted to delete. In here we could simply do the same. So we'll say cons and say updated foods list. Oops, food. Okay, and then what we'll do is, let me see, I think it's also prompts.food. I'll just copy exactly this. But if the current is equal to food item ID, we will need to return the current dot, I think it's serving. I'm willing to say it's servings, and we'll set that to servings number. Okay, and what we'll do here is call that function. So set, I believe it's set foods list, and we'll pass in updated foods list, and then save. Whoops, set foods list is not defined. I think it is. What are you talking about? This, so we'll need to say prompts. I'll just copy it out of here. We forgot to specify where it was coming from. Okay, prompts list dot food list. Okay, updated food list not defined. Okay. All right, so let's give it a shot. Okay. Let's update. Let's make this bigger. So we have 1 serving here. Let's make that 2. Change that to 2. Boom. Whoa. Wow, that's what we did wrong. So the only thing we're returning is the pizza, so we need to change our if statement here. So we'll modify that, and then we'll return all of them. So we'll modify pizza, change that back to 1 serving, update, and there it is. And let's modify rice, change it back to 1. There it is. Let's get crazy. 10. It's a lot of pizza. There you go. Just put that back to 1. Alright, so we are about done. Let me take a look at the update, also update state. Yep. So we are about done with our meals component and all of its children components. So up next is actually using the USDA API, and we'll be actually searching for foods, and we will be adding those foods. And oops, we haven't fixed so we will be connecting the USDA API again, like I said, and then we'll display results, and we will be using the same component to view details as we have here, and then we'll be able to add it. Okay, so again, thanks for watching, and keep a lookout on the next video. Thanks. Bye bye.